Hiring well isn't about trick questions or clever tactics. It's about getting beyond the resume and truly understanding the person in front of you. So today, I'm walking through 5 interview questions I've used to hire people I trust, not just to fill the seat, but to carry weight. I'm Trisha Shortino, the CEO of BELAY, and I've hired hundreds of people across every role, from fractional executives to entry-level assistants. And here's what I've learned. The best hires don't just check boxes, they bring clarity and they move with ownership. And they elevate the way your business operates. These 5 questions have helped me see that before I ever send an offer letter. Here's question number 1. When everything's a priority, where do you start? Let's be honest, guys. This is the life a lot of people live in. There are always going to be competing priorities coming at you. So this question is really going to gauge, how does this person think about priorities and emergencies? What will the steps or actions be that they take when everything coming at them is a priority? And this is when you're really going to ask for real world examples, because the truth is, they can sit here and give you a theoretical answer. Oh, I would prioritize based on importance. Fantastic. Can you share a time you actually did this? How did you prioritize? How did you determine what was important? And how did you know which was priorities over the other? And by the way, through that whole process, how did you communicate all that? The answer itself is going to be a great tool to vet them through. How organized was their answer? Were they distracted? Were they manic? Were they confused? Were they able to give you a thoughtful response? This is something that I have witnessed so many times in hiring people, because the truth is, this is one that's easy to miss. I have one person that I worked with that comes to mind immediately. It's actually a marketer that I hired many, many years ago, who, when asked a similar question, how would they handle their day? They gave me a list of all the things that they would start, all the ideas they had, how they would run certain projects and things they would lift off the ground, projects they would start and initiate to help the marketing of the organization, which was fantastic. It's what I wanted her to tell me. The truth is, in real life, it showed up as a lot of panic and a lot of starting things and never finishing things. And the truth is, in business, as you know, you actually need to close the loop and finish projects to get them live and launched. So this one became a struggle for us. Here's question number 2. Tell me about a time you solved a problem for your leader and they never saw it coming. This is a good one. This one is really diving into somebody's proactivity. Are they looking around the corner? And transparently, if they see a problem, are they even going to pay attention to it? Do they see something and want to make it better, even if nobody ever sees it? This is truly a question that gets into the intent of someone's desire to create great work. It's really testing for critical thinking and initiative. They're solving problems you may never see, even when you didn't ask them to look for them. It also separates the caretakers from the order takers. And the truth is, I've sat on both sides of this. I used to be an assistant many years ago, and my first client, when I first started working with him, I screwed up some pretty big things. There was a time when he was doing some really heavy travel, and I booked him on the wrong flights for a trip. The complete wrong days, because I got the time zones wrong. I figured it out probably about 8 hours later that I put him on the wrong flights as I was reviewing his calendar, and realized, I have something to do here. So I swooped in, I called the airlines, they were gracious, they helped me change the flights, I got everything fixed, I adjusted the calendar, flights were fixed. He never saw the mess in the first place. The thing I did from there is I went and told him what I did. I told him I made an error, I told him I fixed it, and I told him the new flights were now on his calendar. And what did that do? He said to me, Trisha, I love that about you because it really shows your integrity. That's what that question is going to do for you. Question number 3. What kind of leadership helps you do your best work? This question is really about alignment. There will be some people who really want their independence, and they may clearly answer this question and say, I kind of like to be left alone, and I don't really need a leader to micromanage me, and I'm a very independent worker, which may be perfect for the role, but it also could be a red flag to say, do they engage? Are they a good communicator? Do they take feedback? Are they going to check with you on their work? Is it meeting quality expectations? So that's something you need to gauge. It's also going to speak into whether or not they're a self-starter and if they need their leader to give them motion forward. Because if the answer is, I'm going to wait for my leader to tell me where I'm headed, that could also be a red flag, because you don't want everybody's work waiting on you. You may become the bottleneck. So what I really think this question does is it holds accountability for how they view themselves and whether or not feedback is a gift or a burden. Here, you're going to look for self-awareness and not blame. There was a time when I hired somebody to work for me who was a very different style from me. And I thought at the time that was going to be okay. The type of leadership style they liked was more hands-off. The type of leader I am, transparently, a little more hands-on. I'm an over-communicator. She was an under-communicator. She was a quiet doer. I was one who was doing and speaking and leading out front. So I thought those things would be a good yin and a yang. The truth is, it actually became a tension in that relationship. Her desire to be more quiet and introverted in her work led to frustration for me, because I felt like I was out of the loop and things weren't communicated for me. And my over-communication and driving communication was frustrating for her. She felt like I was too much for that relationship. So that didn't work out. This question really does help you think through, how do your styles align? Question number 4. What do you do when no one's giving you direction, but the outcome still lands on you? This one is simple. Are you a self-starter? Do you know where to begin? Can you critically think and create a process? Or are you going to wait? There's 2 different types of people. Do they know how to take the next step? Do they know how to take little instruction, or honestly no instruction, and look ahead and look around the corner and get work done for you? Or are they going to sit and wait for you to give them instruction, give them the work to do? You're listening for whether or not they have systems and they're using their instincts to help move you and your work forward. This to me is the difference between 2 very different types of EAs, and I've had them both. There's the EA who is amazing and kind and does great work when you delegate it to them. Then there's an assistant who's not waiting, who's proactive, and is looking around the corner for work to get done for you, saying, hey, Trisha, I notice in 2 weeks you have a board meeting. Can I start preparing those materials? Versus the assistant who you say to the week before the board meeting, hey, can you start prepping those board meeting materials? That's the difference. Question number 5. What's one value you'll speak up for even when it's uncomfortable? This one is all about company and culture, and it's about personal alignment. You want to know what matters to this person, what they're going to protect, what they care about, and what's important to them. What are their non-negotiables? Do they fit into your organization and the organization's core values, or your personal values? Are you 2 going to be able to work well together because the things that they find important and hold integrity around are the same things that your organization and you find important and hold integrity around? What you don't want to do is create friction inside the organization for this person or you because you have misaligned core values. So this one to me is all about aligning on values. It will help you uncover great alignment or big misalignment. If there's misalignment here, guys, this one's a no hire. So I don't use interviews just to test people. I use them to see people. Because once someone's inside your business, their habits become your culture. So yes, skills do matter. The resume does matter, but so does temperament, self-awareness, and communication. Because that's what determines whether they can lead themselves before you ever have to ask them to lead anybody else inside your organization. If you're hiring and you're tired of babysitting or backtracking, start with better interview questions. And if you're ready to offload the tasks that keep you stuck in the weeds, grab our Delegate to Elevate guide in the comments and in the description. It's going to walk you through what to let go of, who to trust with it, and how to protect your time without losing visibility. Hire with clarity, lead with intention, and build a team that lightens your load instead of adding to it.